Before the next portion of our fashion show looks walk down the runway, we'd like to take a moment and explain to you exactly how they were created, because there might be more to these pieces than initially meets the eye. Senior IB art student Jonathan Sung created contour line drawings of his peers to go in his portfolio for his IB submission in his theme of Faces of a Generation. But then he wanted to take it a step further, and he created vector files from these drawings in which the faces could then be manipulated and created into patterns, looking at them in entirely different forms and creating new and interesting shapes from them, all still full of the faces. And then the exciting stuff started to happen. Because this created a pattern, Jonathan was able to reach out to local vendors and source these patterns to be printed on fabric. So tonight, as you see these pieces walk down the runway, not only were they created and designed by students, but the fabric themselves was actually designed completely by Jonathan Sung. But the story doesn't stop there. Because every good designer needs some over-the-top jewelry designs, Jonathan commissioned the grade 10 art students to create some jewelry pieces. It really gave grade 10 the opportunity to think like designers working for a fashion company and to start to create within Jonathan's vision of black and white and geometric. And it became obvious that we could use a new trending tool in the fashion industry, a 3D printer. And students were able to, in CAD software, create from scratch and not just go and buy beads from the store, but literally create their own pieces to work with. Once they were printed, students could manipulate them and study traditional jewelry design by adding necklaces and chains and putting these structures together, thinking of measurements of how it would fit on someone's neck, how it would fit on someone's arm. The beautiful 3D printed jewelry you're about to see come down the runway was created by grade 10 art students Vedant, Alfredo, Tita, Alejandra, Simon, Luca, Kehoe, Agat, Tia, Tim, and Sean. We would also like to thank Mr. Rutai for bringing our 3D printer back into our room and getting it working. We would like to thank Sean Kirkwood for all of the work he did with us on Tinkercad and design and troubleshooting our 3D printer every day. We would like to thank Ms. Frazier for all she did to help us assemble our jewelry as professional as possible. And we would like to thank Ms. Favola for always ordering our supplies and making sure everything is there and waiting on us ready to learn.